Game 4 of the Western Conference first-round playoff series between the Golden State Warriors and the Denver Nuggets features Stephen Curry and company. In prior years, we'd seen Curry's parents, Dell and Sonia, sitting together in the stands at their son's playoff games. However, this is no longer the case. What has happened? How did Stephen Curry respond to it? After 33 years of marriage, the long-lasting loving pair have decided to divorce. People on social media were curious about what had transpired and why the divorce was happening now. After all, the Currys were one of the most respected couples in sports and had raised 3 successful children to adulthood, became grandparents, and stayed together all this time. Let's find out. How did the love start? Sonia and Dell Curry met at Virginia Tech and have been together for a long time. Dell and Sonia first met when Sonia's volleyball coach invited him to one of Sonia's games. Dell asked Sonia out on a date after the game, and the two have been together ever since. They tied the knot in 1988, the year Steph was born, and Dell went on to an accomplished NBA career. The Virginia native's professional basketball career spanned 3 decades, during which he competed for the Utah Jazz, Cleveland Cavaliers, Milwaukee Bucks, Toronto Raptors, and most notably, the Charlotte Hornets. Up to the birth year of their second child in 1990, Sonia attended all of Dell's games with him. Sonia and Dell Curry, parents of NBA superstars Stephen and Seth Curry, are hugely popular among the team's legions of adoring fans because they frequently show up to their son's basketball games. Dell, who won the NBA's 6th Man of the Year award in 1994, was still active at that time. They had their first child, Seth, in 1990, and their second, Seidel Curry, in 1994. Dell led the Hornets in three-pointers made, 421, and points scored, 9,839, before retiring in 2002. He's now the Hornets' color commentator. Despite the media's constant portrayal of them as head over heels in love, Dell and Sonia have decided to break off their 33-year marriage. The couple tried living apart for over a year before deciding that going their separate ways was for the best. What was the reason for the divorce? There's been no official word from either party about the divorce, but TMZ claims Sonia was the one who initiated the process. She asked for a divorce on June 14th in the state of North Carolina, saying that Dell's marriage misconduct was the reason for the split. For his part, Dell accused Sonia of marital misbehavior after she made the claim. In a legal document he filed, Dell claims Sonia engaged in acts of unlawful sexual misbehavior. He also suggested that she was dishonest about the alleged misconduct. Due to Sonia's living with another man in Tennessee, Dell Curry argues that he should not be required to pay alimony to her. Sonia, however, emphasized that she did not start dating her new partner until months after finalizing her divorce from Dell. She elaborated that she has been a loner since Dell won't let her stay at their place. How is the Curry family handling the news? The choice has caused Dell and Sonia Curry a lot of pain, but they are determined to put their family's happiness first. They released a joint statement that read, "We are extremely thankful for all the numerous blessings and achievements. Our paths will continue to cross as we maintain our dedication to and love for our children. As we move forward, we appreciate your respect for our privacy and your prayers for our family." The way her family is dealing with it is something Sonia has spoken about. In an interview, she was asked how she felt about hearing her son Stephen describe their divorce as difficult for him. She said, "I am fully aware of how difficult this is for everyone involved. I know this is challenging for you." She admitted that it's tough to know you're the reason for other people's suffering. Despite her sadness, she was quite proud of the grace Steph had shown her during this time in her life, especially since he had credited his upbringing for his composure in the face of the divorce. She added, "I was delighted and fulfilled to know that the parenting and all the love and nurturing that we've poured into our children are coming out in that way, and he's able to communicate that," she added. "In a way, it's as if they're returning to me the love and effort I put into them, and it filled me with pride. It's a blessing that it's coming back to me tenfold." What are Stephen Curry's thoughts on the divorce? People had a lot of things to say once it became public knowledge that former NBA player Dell Curry and his wife Sonia Curry had separated after being married for more than 3 decades and had done it in a manner that was less than friendly. One of the questions was how the breakup would affect their famous adult children. Even though Stephen, Seth, and Seidel's younger sister are all married with kids of their own, it's impossible to stop feeling sad about your parents' divorce. Stephen recently gave an interview to the sports website The Ringer, in which he discussed how he had dealt with his parents' divorce. "I might get angry and say, 'Y'all effed this up,'" he said. "To summarize, I might have that attitude, but it'll be a tribute to the two of you for the way you brought me up. The peace I now feel within myself is a direct result of you all." Stephen is putting his mother's advice into practice as she used measured responses to the criticism she has received since announcing her divorce. She said that she doesn't buy newspapers while Dell is on tour because of the negative coverage that has been around the company. His parents, who seemed joyful and in love when they were photographed at his NBA games cheering for him together, were fighting and making harmful charges against each other. Stephen has been the one to treat them with kindness and deference. How is Steph managing the divorce? In December of last year, when Curry became the NBA's all-time leading three-point scorer, the exes were both in attendance at Madison Square Garden, but they sat apart. Since the family dynamic has changed after Curry broke Ray Allen's record for three-pointers, he decided to talk to each parent separately. According to his interview with The Ringer, he felt it was important to make sure I was in that moment with both of them separately, and this wasn't just this huge kind of thing. As for me, I'm going to handle it that way. Simply put, because it's difficult. After Golden State's victory over the Knicks, Stephen rushed to his father's side and gave him the game ball. A short while later, he made his way down an MSG tunnel to surprise his mom with a visit at a tearful celebration. Sonia and Dell used to spend their time evenly between attending Steph's games and flying to see his younger brother Steph Curry play before the divorce process began. Seth was sent off to the Nets on February 10th as part of the blockbuster transaction that sent James Harden to the Sixers in exchange for Ben Simmons. In a broadcast from Charlotte, Curry reminisced about his son's success and displayed the game ball his son had autographed. "That right there is one pleased dad," Curry remarked. "I know how hard he's worked, but I had no clue that he'd make that many threes." Not only does Steph now have a family, but he also has a better grasp of the complexities of married life. He's been with his wife, Aisha, for over a decade, and they have 3 wonderful kids together. He has developed to the point where he is accepting of Sonia and Dell's breakup and has no hard feelings against them. A lot of NBA fans refer to the Currys as the first family of the NBA because of how well they have done as a unit throughout the years. Stephen Curry has a wonderful family life and hopes to improve his ties with his parents. But this isn't the happily ever after he'd imagined for his loved ones. He readily accepts the reality. Not only does he appreciate his parents' new partners, but he has accepted them into the family. Let's see what the future holds for the Curry family. This ends our video for today. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel to see more NBA videos and news. See you next time.